The flickering fluorescent lights of the supermarket cast long, skeletal shadows across the aisle. Ilara, pushing her cart down the canned goods section, felt a shiver crawl down her spine. It wasn't the usual supermarket chill, the over-air-conditioned, sterile kind. This was different, a subtle unease that clung to the air like static. She glanced at the other shoppers. A woman meticulously examining a jar of pickles, her face a mask of intense concentration. A young couple arguing over the merits of different brands of cereal, their voices a jarring discord. No one seemed to notice the unsettling atmosphere. Ilara reached for a can of tomatoes, her fingers brushing against something cold and metallic. She jumped back, startled. It was just a stray shopping cart, its handle protruding from the aisle. But the incident amplified her unease. As she moved through the aisles, she felt a persistent sense of being watched. She'd catch glimpses of figures in the periphery, a faceless man lurking behind a towering display of breakfast cereal, a woman in a crimson dress vanishing into the crowd with unsettling swiftness. At the checkout, the cashier, a young man with hollow eyes, scanned her groceries with an unnerving detachment. His gaze lingered on her face, a chillingly intense scrutiny that made her skin crawl. "Anything else today?" he asked, his voice a monotonous drone. Ilara shook her head, feeling a desperate need to escape. As she hurried out of the store, she glanced back. The cashier was still watching her, his face a blank mask, his eyes following her every move. Back in her car, Ilara felt a tremor of fear. It wasn't the fear of the unknown, but the fear of the familiar. The supermarket, a place of mundane routine, had become a stage for a chilling performance, a theater of the everyday where the ordinary masked something sinister. Driving home, she couldn't shake off the feeling that she was being followed. Every car that passed seemed to linger a moment too long, every shadow cast by a passing streetlight seemed to morph into a menacing figure. As she pulled into her driveway, she felt a wave of dizziness. The world around her seemed to tilt, colors losing their vibrancy, sounds fading into a muffled hum. She stumbled out of the car, her keys trembling in her hand. Inside her house, the familiar comfort was gone. The ticking of the clock sounded like a sinister heartbeat, the creaking of the floorboards like footsteps in the darkness. Ilara locked the doors, the deadbolt clicking shut with a satisfying finality. But the unease remained. It clung to her like a shroud, a constant reminder that something was wrong, something deeply unsettling about the world outside her door, and perhaps, even within. The supermarket, once a place of mundane convenience, now haunted her, a chilling reminder that the ordinary can be the most terrifying of all.